An update on my G5 RV. There's the apex up there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. I threw it up into the tree there with a rope on it. Here's the rope here, tied it off. I use a lock. A master lock is the weight, and I threw it up over this right here. Now, you got a motorhome right there. I had 2 dogs tied up here, so it was really tough. Now, if I was up in the national forest, which I'm gonna be, I'd get it up over that branch right there. I'd get it up there, you know, if I had nothing on the other side to worry about hitting. And I ran one of the legs down this way. The insulator's right here. Here's the leg. And I got it with a bungee cord. Keeps it away from the fence, and it allows flexibility in the wind. And then I have the ladder line coming up from the apex down here, and I have that bungeed to the table. And you know, this stuff here, I wish I could get it out of the way, but I really can't unless I get up there with some cutters. And then I have the other leg going this way, and that bungeed to the tree. Now I have some, you see I've got some slack in it because the way I have to do this bungee, it doesn't provide the stretch, so I just have a little more slack in it. I'd like to come out with this leg over this way, but there's nowhere to hook it, and I'm trying to keep it stealth and covert. So it's making really good contacts, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But if I was in a national forest, I would got it up maybe that branch up there. It's not really that much higher really, but a little bit. But for being in an urban campground with people on both sides, I don't even know I have it. You can't beat that. Now let me show you what I do with the for my VHF UHF. Hang on. I think I locked it instead of, hang on. Okay, so the coax comes down from the ladder line. I ran it here next to the power cable under the trailer. You need 75 foot of line to balance that. That's down there on a winder, that orange winder. Then I've got it coming up through here into where the power goes into the trailer, up under the bed, through, and back out there to the radio. The VHF, I have that RF cable coming out of the trailer, running down here and into the truck. And my technique is to keep this on the seat so I never drive away with this coax connected. So I've got it connected here, and then I'm using my VHF UHF antenna right there that's mounted on the truck, and it works fine inside there. But I have it here so I never forget to just disconnect it before I drive off and rip everything out of there. And then I just take that whole thing and throw it up under the trailer. And I've got it coming down here. See, it's not pinching at all. Look, you can close the door on it. So that's my VHF UHF. That's my HF. What I've thought of doing, so you want your VHF UHF to be vertical. I thought of having a mount welded at the tip there that would come out like an L and up, a steel mount, and then the trailer would serve as the ground, and then I could put a mag mount up there for my VHF UHF. You know, in the future I might do that. But this works fine. I'm in an area where there's a lot of repeaters right now, so like right now that's about all I've done with any of these guys. That's what's going on right now.
I don't know, I guess I'm 20 years behind the times?
But when I get up into the national forest and stuff like that, there's not going to be anything around unless some people are using Simplex or something, but then we'll just go straight to the HF. But that's the setup. And we're just kind of kicking back before dinner. Patchy's sleeping. Shaggy's out there. He's not even on a leash. He's just relaxing. He's turning into such a good boy. This is his third trip with us, I think. Yeah, this is his third trip. And he's just turning into such a good boy. He's like Lucky was. You don't need a leash. He's a good boy. He just sits out here, minds his own business. Anyway, that's the setup there. Nobody's even noticed it or said anything, so pretty good. And there's one of the repeater antennas up there on top of that mountain. See it? Pretty good for an urban campground. Clear Creek straight ahead there. We're definitely one of the smallest, probably the smallest rig in here, except for this guy in this van. Check this out. He's in one of those VW vans, camper vans. That's plenty of room for me. I don't need any more than that. You know, I don't need all that big stuff. It's comfortable, it's dry, it's warm, it's cool. Refrigerator, sink, heater. What else do you need, man? And it's better than one of these old-fashioned Colemans. Look at this stuff. This is all canvas here. When that gets wet, everything inside's all mildewy, and you can't camp with that pop-up in Grizz country. They won't let you. And that sucker here is hard-sided, and this takes me about 2 seconds to put down. That takes a long time. So, I think these are better. There's more room in those because they come out, but the advantage to these is you stay dry, and they're quicker to put up and take down. We're clear.